to another Daily Riff. This is Clint Leewood, your host, and today I'm going to bring you a cool little replay that I came upon. Well, actually, I was listening to it as it was live. This was a replay from a recent tournament hosted by me off of a site called GameReplays.org. Basically, this team called ProllyFeeders went against my friends and my own team, Team OMG Ponies. Obviously, I wasn't able to play because that would be a conflict of interest. However, I'd just like to bring this little thing to you because I did hear this game was absolutely epic. You can see a little bit of a blunder there from Exit, forgetting to buy items. However, that's not really important. It looks like ProllyFeeders team will be defending Shaco, so he can do red. Interestingly enough, that's really a strong defensive position for Shaco because he does. All he has to do really is place a couple boxes here, and you're almost guaranteed a first blood. So that aside, let's look at the team comps real quick. We have Karma, Nunu, Xinjiao, Malzahar, Alistair. Really strong, solid team comp. It feels like there's a lot of overall everything there. You have Nunu for a strong ganker, even a little bit of support for Xinjiao late game. You can even see there's a beginning of a Madrid's start there, so that's always a solid item on Xinjiao. I really like that item even. I think it's more of his core item, Madrid's Obliterator, but that's besides the point. Malzahar, really strong AP carry. Why am I not getting any sound? Anyways, Nunu, once again, strong ganker and support. And Karma, who I think is a fantastic support champion and is totally underrated in the current meta. With the recent buffs, I think she is honestly a top-notch pick and is just good all around. Here you can see Alistair being a roaming one. He's going to probably try and gank top lane as soon as he comes to it. And this will give Karma a little bit of free farm, which she kind of needs because she does need a lot of AP to be really, really good. But, you know, whatever. The other team is Ash, Shaco, Malphite, Cassidon, and Zillion. A strong kite-oriented team. Looks like that team will attempt to... Ooh, there looks like there might be some action here top in just a second. Yeah, here he comes. Xinjiao is initiating. Alistair is going to miss the ground pound, and looks like Cassidon will flash out of there. So missing that initial attempt at first blood, Alistair is going to begin to roam around throughout the lane to see if we can get a couple ganks off. But anyways, going back to what I was saying, Zillion, Malphite, Ash, Cassidon, Shaco, really strong champions. Three of those champions have really good kiting abilities. Shaco with his Jack in the Boxes, Ash with a volley, and then Cassidon just being able to warn away and silence people as he does it. Zillion being almost a perfect support in this case because he can speed up and slow down people. So I think the weakest link to ProllyFeeders' team is this Malphite, who you don't really want to target to begin with because, well, he's Malphite. Solid jungling going on right here. Nunu is grabbing red, just grabbed red. There was a failed attempt at a gank at top. Looked like Shaco did not get what he wanted out of that. Usually Shaco needs that first blood. A lot of burst damage coming down on bottom Alistair, but see that shield just prevented all of that damage, which is really fantastic. She's just such a strong hero. That shield is like Janna's, but almost better in my opinion because it does do damage. It does not give damage, it does damage. But you know, they're kind of situational and they kind of just are based on based on really your team comp. Like for ProllyFeeders team, I've probably gone Janna, but Karma makes sense on this team too. Anyways, Malphite versus Ash, not Malphite versus Ash, Malzahar versus Ash. I'm sorry, that's not really a fair lane. Ash should definitely feel the hurt at about level 6, where Malzahar is going to be harassed. Will be able to harass her freely, and possibly even kill her. Anyways, Shaco, not as stable as, say, this jungler of Nunu. Nunu can not get a gank and still do well, while Shaco needs those early ganks to get and secure those kills. We did see well, not we, but Team Purple did see a Shaco coming down, and there is Shaco in mid. Did see Shaco coming down, and that was the point of that CV, just to see if he can get an eye on that Shaco and see if he can ruin that gank. They really want to keep the Shaco down. One thing you don't want to fight against is a fed Shaco, because he will just wreak havoc in a team fight. He is a very, very nasty champion to fight against. Anyways, some item builds right now. You see the beginning of a Madred's start. I'm not sure if he's going to go Madred's Blood Rays or Wriggles, but either item is fantastic on Xin Zhao, and I really like both of them. Kassadin is Sapphire Crystal and 2 health pots, I believe. He's used both of them, so you can see that King Desu, who's a friend of mine, is getting some solid harassment down on this Kassadin and really holding his own in the solo lane, which is very good to see. That's what you really want to see. An attempt at there was an attempt to come up in that Malphite and knock him around his Alistair a little bit, but it doesn't look like it was going to happen. Zilean is going to come in. I'm not sure where exactly he was. He might have been helping out Shaco over here in the jungle somewhere, but that's besides the point. Anyways, he's going to come in, say hello. I don't expect him to be getting some type of ward, although he might have gone back early, gotten a ward, and come back. They are level 4, and there is probably some decent gold going around. So if we can look at the creep heals on him, 18. This is a possible gank coming down on Ugzu, but Zir is going to knock back that Malphite, not damaging Karma with that AoE. So solid play there, preventing a little bit of damage, but there is a possible gank coming down on top, and that Kassadin is going to have a very tough time fighting against that Nunu. Infinite slow, really, but he is level 6, so he's going to be able to flash away, so that lane has become almost ungankable now, because Kassadin just is so good. Ruby Crystal and Sapphire Crystal going to go straight into a Catalyst, which is a very solid item. Probably the strongest laning item in the game. Free health and mana per level, so it's pretty good. You can even see that coming down on Malzahar too. So some Rod of Ages starts probably in here. You can see King Desu on top has used 4 more health, 3 of his 4 health pots that we saw earlier. Doran's Ring, and then on Karma, and Boots and 3 health pots originally for Zir as Alistair down here. But he is down to 2 health pots, so he has been taking a little bit of harassment. But when Echo is going to be out of position here, this Nunu is going to take a lot of damage. However, it's not enough. And the Shaco might actually be in a little bit of an awkward position. He is going to blink out, and Jazzhead, who's my friend as Malzahar, is going to be looking for this Shaco. Not predicting the path correctly, and a box is going to be put down to save him. So, solid play. And Shaco knew exactly what he was doing. He was being very calm about it. Was going to attempt to harass. Almost got it. But Echo's going to be caught in a bad position again. Ult coming down. Flash coming out. Ghost coming up. Zir is going to try and get in here. However, there's not enough cooldown still up for Seismic Shard, so it's not going to come down on Echo, not securing that kill. So, you know, you may say that Flash is for bad players, but it's honestly game-changing. And a little bit of harassment coming down on top. Look at this. Lots of damage coming down on that Kassadin. I'm not sure exactly how much because the replay is a little bit behind. However, I'm going to say that was in favor of Xin Zhao, as he did initiate, and he I don't like laning against Xin Zhao because he's a very nasty champion. He can do a lot of damage really quickly. His E, his audacious charge and three Talon strike. I'm sorry, I'm stuttering right now. Is very, very good and very, very strong. So, you know, both of those heroes have a lot of burst potential, but I think more so Xin Zhao. Anyways, Zilean possibly roaming here. So it's interesting to see how that's going to work out. I don't know if that's really going to work because There is no CC other than that arrow that would shut down this Malzahar from ulting. So if they do line up some type of gank, they would have to literally burst down 1200 health. And I don't know if they can do that. However, we'll see. CV's coming down right here, so Karma cannot come in. If that Zillion's still in here, they will turn around and shut her down pretty quickly. Yeah, here comes Zillion. Will an arrow come down? See, not exactly. I don't understand even if that arrow would have hit. There would only have been a small second, like 0.5 second stun, and it just wouldn't have been enough for burst-wise to take out that Malzahar. If you're gonna waste that arrow like that, I don't understand how you're gonna, come out of it. But this Zillion's taking a lot of burst damage. He's going to flash over that wall, barely getting away. He would have been able to ult himself, but that dragon is doing a lot of harassment too, Karma. Shaco gank coming in. Beautiful turnaround. Will Jazzhead be able to get out of this? Probably 400 health left on him. Not exactly the most coordinated gank. It was just a bit off. The ghost was a dead tell. You could have probably waited for Shaco to come in before actually attacking. Before actually ghosting in. But that's just really just me nitpicking. Xin Zhao looks like he's just getting free farm up here. He has 39 minions. So not exactly free farm. If you want to give a better example of who has free farm in here, look at this. Look at this Malzahar, and look at this Ashe. This Ashe is farming up a storm, and so is this Malzahar. It's pretty undeniable to say that this Ashe is winning this lane because of how much farm she has. Malzahar is not being able to shut him down completely, which is very disappointing to see because he does have the advantage in that lane. So we'll see how this is still going about. The game's far from over. Very far from over. As I hear, this is a very long game. So we'll see how long this will take. Taking care of those boxes there, Malphite's going to say hello and probably come down the river. But lots of movement from both teams, which is fantastic to see. The whole idea of roaming has become so staple in a lot of plays, and it's become, I would say, almost required to play anything above 1500 ELO. As I'm working myself up the ladder, I'm not, I don't play a lot of ranked games, but as I'm starting to, I'm reaching about 1500, and I really like this. I really start to see a lot of roaming in here. So, I think that's where it really starts to kick in. That's where a lot of play starts to develop. And I think if you make a team composition of 1,500 players, that they can very well play. If they play well enough with each other, they can very well play against 2000s and win. But that's a little bit subjective. It's entirely my opinion. But just for an example, actually no, that's a spoiler. I won't talk about that. Ignore me. If you're interested, though, Zillion is going to get ulted and is going to be infinite CC down. Look at this. He's not going to be able to move at all. Yeah, first blood coming down for Jazzhead as Malzahar. Good job. That ward really catching that Zillion out of position. Lots of movement can lead to those types of ganks. Oh, and there we go. Lots of damage coming down on this Malphite. However, it's not going to be enough. It's not enough burst damage. That's okay because these are two supports. They don't really have a lot of damage in between them. Perhaps if they did have a Malzahar there with them, which is okay for him to be in mid. There's nothing saying he has to be down here, but if he was down there, that probably would have secured a kill on Malphite. A little bit of pushing coming down on top. Shaco isn't really doing much, just getting a little farm. He has not gotten a kill even, so he does need to come and sit in the lane and farm a little bit, otherwise he will fall very behind. Shaco is going to try and gank mid, but as this team is really showing, they have a lot of map intelligence. They're really committed to wanting to win this game, and they're not going to let a little Shaco say otherwise. So 14 minutes in, and the score is 1-0 in favor of Team OMG Ponies. But overall, it looks like a very close game. Yeah, I really don't know what to say other than that. But a little bit of AP coming down on Karma, which is really needed. She does need a lot of AP to do damage, as I said earlier. So, you know. And she gets to the point where she's like Cho'Gath, and she can just clear lanes with just 2 spells. But here we go. We might even see a little bit of a gank coming down on this Ashe. However, those Shaco boxes are really going to say otherwise. But there is going to be a lot of burst damage coming down on Echo and Prolly Racist here. We might even see Echo Singing going down. However, no. Yes, he is going to go down, but so is this Kassadin. Probably not. Yeah, there we go. King Desu is going to secure that kill with the help of the tower there, giving him blue buff, which is always a solid buff to Xin Zhao. Lots of spam those abilities. Even though he doesn't really need the extra mana regen, but you know, it's always nice to be able to spam those abilities. I like to admit, well, not like to admit, I'd like to mention that I am running at a smaller resolution than normal. But I am trying to fix the lagging issue, and I really hope this fixes it. Otherwise, I am totally at a loss to figure out what to do. But the Shaco is probably going to walk over this wall and hop right over. Yeah, solid play by him. He knows exactly what he was doing. He was aware that he was in a position where he didn't want to be in. He knew he could outrun that Alistar, so he's going to have to just come down here, hope that Xin Zhao doesn't do enough burst damage to kill him that quickly, and just hop over that wall. Zillion a little bit out of position, so is Alistar over here. But nothing's really going to come of it. Just both exchanging not so kind words with one another. And here's why Ashe is just so good. Because of situations like that where she can just, you know, pluck her arrows at you. Really just the queen of harassment, bringing down Desu from possibly 1,000 health to 300. Oh, but Echo is going to come in for a gank, so as I was saying earlier, Zunu is such a good ganker. Lots of damage coming down on Ashe. The attack speed slow is going to come down, and Desu is going to come out with 50 health. Great gank. That was perfectly well played. Calculated down to the last little 50 health. Great play by Team OMG Ponies. So there is a significant lead, it looks like, as of right now, in favor of Team OMG Ponies. And I say significant because it's 4-1. And while that not may seem significant, in these, I wouldn't want to say high ELO, but in these higher ELO games, kills really matter. 4 kills can be game-ending this early. Especially since Shaco has been denied everything. He doesn't even have an assist right now, so he is considerably behind. And Jazzhead does not have his ultimate up. That's disappointing. If Jazzhead did have his ultimate up, if Malzahar did have his ultimate up, you're probably looking at a dead Shaco there in middle. Ping's coming out. Good communication by both teams. I'm sorry if you guys heard my dog there. Anyways, Karma's in a lot of bad position there. He's going to take a lot of burst damage. I probably would have flashed out of there. Did not expect probably all that CC to come down on her, and that's probably a free dragon. A little bit of communication between the enemy team and the friendly team saying, well, not friendly team, but both teams saying, "Hi guys," because that was a lot of CC. But as I've said earlier, these high ELO games really can hinge on one kill, and that one kill is going to secure Dragon. However, we are going Team OMG Ponies is going to turn around and secure a kill on Kassadin, who is a very strong pickup for a kill, because he does need a farm. He can't die often early. So if you see that, I mean, let's look at the score right now. We have Kassadin was being 1-3. I'm going to make a judgment here and say he isn't going to be doing too much late game. You know, but that might be a bit too much to call. There are such things as comebacks in these games, especially in LoL when it goes into the late games where, you know, one ace can be the deciding factor in who wins. Once again, Xin Zhao's getting pretty much free farm up here. Looks like he is going to go into Black Cleaver, so we're not going to see a Madrid start. In fact, we're going to see a Heart of Gold, which is something different than I like, but you know, it's both solid. It's a tanky and good build, you know, all over. Although Echo's a little bit out of position here, and is going to do a wonderful flash over the wall to Dragon, but it isn't going to matter because Malphite does have an ultimate and is going to say hello. So the score is now 5-3. ProllyFeeders is capitalizing on some mistakes that Team OMG Ponies is doing. So that might be the deciding factor in what lets them get back in this game. As I said before, 5-1 isn't a huge deficit, so to speak, even though it is, you are very far behind in that regard. But you know, you can come back for it, definitely. It's not being like 20-1, where it's just in no way you're coming back from that, unless the whole other team disconnects. That's another issue. However, mid tower is down for ProllyFeeders, so you know there is a definite lead here, and it's definitely in favor of Team OMG Ponies. And it looks like Alistair might have even been trying to gank. However, probably nothing came out of it, so he's going to go back. Ooh, Zillion in a little bit of a way awkward position here from Zillion. Yeah. I don't know exactly what he was thinking there. Shaco isn't going to be able to help much, although a bit of an overkill on that ultimate from Malzahar. However, you know, to secure a 2-1 lead in this case is totally okay in my opinion. 1,400 gold on Karma. Gonna grab a Giant's Belt. Probably gonna go straight into Royal Eyes. That would be definitely what she's gonna go into actually. Catalyst on Nunu. Heart of Gold on Nunu. Solid item pickups. Almost to Black Cleaver, it looks like Xin Zhao would be. Rod of Aegis and Sword Boots. Coming down on Cassidon. Solid items once again. I'm gonna go straight into Rabadons, it looks like. Rush's Catalyst first. Yeah, Rabadons just came out from Malzahar. That's a real powerhouse item. If you want to think about it this way, it is the Infinity Edge of AP casters. Sheen, Boots Mobility, strong for roaming. Chain Vest coming down on Alistair. I'm not entirely sure what the Chain Vest will be built into, although we'll see. I really hope the stream isn't lagging. I will feel terrible about it. Anyways, Merc Tread's coming down, hopefully here soon, on Xin Zhao, and Black Cleaver is picked up. Solid item. Like I said, I don't exactly like to play him that way, but you know, Apple, different strokes for different folks, I guess. Chain Vest and Giant's Belt, probably, definitely a Sunfire Cape build. We'll see Merc Treads probably also come down too. Let's see what Shaco has. Shaco has Wit's End. Very interesting pickup. There is a lot of magic damage on this team though, so I do understand it. Nunu, Malzahar, Karma. Yeah, lots of magic damage coming down on this team. Black Cleaver is also rushed by Ashe, which is very odd. Most of the time you will see a Infinity Edge build, which I always find to be solid, rock solid even. Haha, Malphite joke. But you know, it depends. It really, honestly depends. Oh, and Jazzhead is going to take a lot of damage. He's not going to be able to run away from this Shaco. A little bit of a late flash and stun there. However, there might be a counter gank here. I'm not entirely sure what's going to happen. Although ProllyFeeders does look like they're going to walk right out. Just say nope. They are helping with Golem, and that is seen by Team OMG Ponies, and they're going to try and stop it. I don't think they're going to be able to, though. Probably already been picked up. Yeah, it's already gone. Shaco being a little nuisance with his jack-in-the-boxes, but there is a little bit of harassment from both sides on top. This Black Cleaver is huge against Kassadin because he only has 56 armor. I'm sorry, let me slow down for a second. If Xin Zhao can land all 3 stacks of Black Cleaver on Kassadin, you're talking about him being reduced to about 6 armor, which is ridiculous. Bad ult by Echo, getting caught by the Jack-in-the-Box, and he's going to have to flash out of there to survive. However, it does look like Kassadin is going to come in and say hello, but it doesn't really matter. And you're going to see moving target as Malphite is going to push and push and push down here. You could even split push, as this tower is also really low. However, Xin Zhao is going to attempt to get this tower. It is going to be is going to be attacked by Kassadin. And Dragon is also being done. Is done, actually. However, King Desu does get a tower. Fair exchange, in my opinion. 31 minutes being marked down. And as the time, the next dragon will respawn. But, anyways, going back to items real quick. Chain Vest, Chain, Boots of Mobility, nothing's changed. Nothing's really changed on the Malphite either. Something to note, though, is that there's been a large drop-off in wards. I think what was giving Team OMG Ponies such a strong advantage was that there was such good map vision. That clairvoyance with a ward here, and ward there, and a ward up here was giving them such a strong sense of what was going on by the enemy team. I think they really need to keep doing. They really need to get those wards back down if they want to, I don't want to say they're out of this game, but if they want to maintain their lead. Red being given to Xin Zhao. Level 16 Xin Zhao, so he's been literally free farming. He is almost level 18. Level 18 about 26 minutes into the game, and that's way ahead of where anyone should really be. As Kassadin is a little bit is roaming a little bit throughout the map and doing a couple gank. However, Xin Zhao is literally just sitting almost. Well, not right now, but literally was just sitting at top and farming away. Going to give him a strong advantage, I would think, in the later game. Prolly does come down for Karma before he even boots, so that's interesting to see. Negatron Cloak, Catalyst, Heart of Gold, Rushing a Banshee's Veil, which is always a solid item to pick up on Nuna, who really needs that Banshee's Veil to almost always secure that ult. It's kind of like Galio, it's just one of those items that you will always need no matter how you play. 2 mid are pushing against this tower. Kassadin is also level 16, so it's really, really... Oh, wow. Desu out of position here. See, this is what I'm talking about. There is not enough vision. However, the enemy team has picked up on vision in their jungle, so it is actually unsafe for Team OMG Ponies to walk around in their jungle, which is just unfortunate to see. Giving Kassadin blue, which just makes him a total monster. 2 towers are down for ProllyFeeders, as opposed to no towers down for Team OMG Ponies. Although mid tower is pretty low. Top tower is hardly touched, and bottom tower is about a little less than half. So overall, 28 minutes in, the score is 6-5. Still in the favor of Team OMG Ponies. However, there needs some, as I was saying, here's the map control I was talking about. Here's what they need. So they need this, they need that. Yeah, here we go. See CV here, a ward there and a ward here really shows how much, gives them how much a lot of knowledge of what's going on the map. Echo is probably going to try and smite steal this. Yeah, he is going to walk up and smite steal this beautiful smite steal. Is going to get speed boosted right out of there. And an attempt to gank Zillion, although a little misfired there. But there is a ward in that bush if you didn't see that. That's how Zillion knew he was there. Anyways, Kassadin somewhere in here is going to come down to bottom and gank Zir. If that's the case, then I hope Zir has his ultimate. for Shaco, hunting for Shaco. Hi-ho the Dario. I'm hunting for Shaco. 3 bottom. I'm not going to be able to hold this tower if it worst comes to worst. This tower is going to go down. Alistair does not have the push potential, and this is a huge mistake, I think. Yeah, they're going to be just able to hit that tower and then chase down the Zir. No, they're actually not going to try it. So, never mind, not a huge mistake, but still really close game. Yeah, here we go. Here's the map awareness I'm talking about. The ward here. There used to be a ward over here, and this CV should be able to tell you what's going on. Like, a couple words in a CV should just generally be enough to tell you what's going on in this game. You should see a lot of words coming from Karma and Alistair and this Nunu over here. So, I think they've been doing a job. I've seen this Nunu place about 3 or 4 wards down, and I've seen Alistair place probably about 5 or 6 down. I'm not so sure about Karma here. She does have a ward in her inventory, although I think I've maybe seen 2 or 3. Desu is going to start on this Golem. Probably going to give it to Jazza, which is always solid. Malzahar is almost, I would say, probably worse than Kassadin with blue. If I'm going to make a prediction here, I'm going to say Banshee's Villain to Void Staff for Jazzhead here, which is really good. That gives him a lot of scaling, even into the late game. 31 minutes in, score is 6-5. 2 towers are down for ProllyFeeders, and no tower. Oh, only bottom is down for Team OMG Ponies. So a couple wards coming down for Karma, which is always good. A couple wards still in the inventory for Zir as Alistair. And that's all I can really see right now. Item builds seem pretty standard. Merc treads, sword boots, boots of mobility. And Baron is being started. I don't know how I feel about this. There is a CV coming down, and the team is going to come in and say hello. Team OMG Ponies is going to run straight up to the tower. Into a couple of boxes. This is optimal positioning, I would say. I mean, they're in a fine spot. They could fight. That ward's going to come in and see if they're going to try and counter Baron, which they might. Oracle's is going to. That little puff right there you saw would lead me to believe that they're not going to do Baron, and we did see Malphite walk away from it. Although Nunu is going to be out of position here, and the Asher for initiation is going to come in. Kassadin is also going to come in. This is not a good place to be. Teams are out of position. That shield was a little bit wasted on Nunu. However, it doesn't matter because there's a lot of damage just from this team alone. However, this Azilian is going to keep people alive. Ult coming down on Kassadin, and then not Alistair. Alistair is going to go down, actually. Malphite does go down, too. So, in an exchange right here, we have 2 for 2. But there is no real lead from either team. If they were to get another fight, I would probably actually give it to Team OMG Ponies, as there is still quite a bit of sustainable damage here from Team OMG Ponies. And the Team ProllyFeeders is really squishy without their Malphite. Resilient ultimate, which did go off on Resilient in that fight. Tower is going to go down. Bottom is also in trouble, though, so I'm not sure how they're going to react to that. But this tower was secured, which is a great pickup, making it a 2-1 tower lead, and the score is 8-7. So still incredibly close game. The only real discernible advantage that Team OMG Pony has right now is that they're a couple towers ahead. Top is almost all the way pushed in. Well, it is pushed into the inhibitor tower, but it's not all the way pushed in. Shaco might be getting red. No, he's going to get golems. Let's look at the farm for that Shaco even. 3-0-3, 148 minion kills. So he actually is doing pretty well, even though he had a really rocky early game. Wits End, Wriggle's Lantern, Interesting item choice, and then chain vest and cloth armor. I'm not entirely sure where you'd go with that. Those two items alone would suggest a thorn mail. However, I don't know how I exactly feel about that because he does not have a lot of health, so stacking a lot of armor isn't going to really help you. This ward is going to go down. Cassadin is going to counter ward it, and Zillion is going to say hello. Once again, solid play from both teams. You can really see that these teams both know what they're doing and are very good at counter warding and keeping a lot of intelligence. Although, you know, right now I would say that ProllyFeeders probably has quite a bit more map awareness than Team OMG Ponies, and with Alistair not here, this fight will be very interesting. King Gates is way out of position and is going to be quickly picked off. I'm not entirely sure why he was going to dive that deep into the team. Jazzhead might be picked off here next. However, Alistair's going to say hello and pulverize that ground. And Shaco's pretty low. He does have GA though. That's what he's going for. That was the other item I would have suggested is GA. Guardian Angel, great item pickup on Shaco. Makes him really, really good. Little bit of a mishap at that team fight though. It looks like Zinja had a little bit of miscommunication and just dived a bit too deep. Wasn't with the team there, and because of that loss, you know, as I said earlier, these high elo games really can hinge on one player's death. You can lose a tower, you can lose a dragon, you can lose a baron. In this case, it is a tower, and possibly a second tower, which would bring this this game to a one-tower lead. Echo is going to use his ult on minions, and I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. That arrow is going to tear apart this Echo. This red buff Ash is going to do a lot of damage. Jazzhead is going to try and come in and save the day, and Alistair is going to help with an assist here on the stun. Zillion's taking a lot of damage. Is ulting himself, so that is a wasted ult. Baited ultimate can really determine in the next fight, and that might be even what this team is trying to go for. However, you know, it's kind of hard to force a team fight when they're so kitey and so mobile, as we see with the Shaco and Cassadin and Ash. That might have even been what the issue was with Zinjao here, is that he didn't expect him to be so mobile and so that they could get away so easily to over here while the rest of the team is still stuck over here. Oh, look at that. That's so cool. Let's travel it all the way back to base. That is so cool. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Look at this. And it's going to hit Echo right here. Yeah. That is so cool. Anyways. This tower is going to go down top. Cassadin will backdoor it. And Shaco will be caught out of position from this with his Karma. Although that isn't a lot of damage from Karma. Probably a little bit of a mishap even that hitting that golem. You don't want to give him that shot to smite that golem. Lots of damage coming down on Zillion. Glacial Shroud coming in, and it looks like Ruby Crystal and Null Magic Mantle. So you're going to see Aegis and Frozen Heart coming down on Alistair, which is just two great items for him. I love those items on him. This Sunfire Cape coming down for Nunu, solid item pickup. I would probably even suggest a Rod of Ages for a little extra AP damage. There is a lot of magical damage, so I'm not entirely sure how that would work out. Riley is coming down. It's kind of a disappointment to not see Rod of Ages picked up on Malzar. I really like Rod of Ages on casters. It just feels so solid. You know, there's another thing that Karma could have done right there is just Spirit Bonded, and then walk through all these minions, taking them out. Would have reduced the amount of hits on that tower just by a little bit. So it's not really all that important. Zinjao, let's look at his items. Banshee's Veil coming down. Still not a whole lot of damage. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that. I would probably actually suggest something like
I'm a Dread Split Razor. You know, Force of Nature isn't really enough magic resistant to nullify how strong a Dread Split Razor can be against a Malphite. Because he really needs he needs health and he needs armor. So when he begins to get those items, he really sacrifices on MR. We can even look at his resistances now. Oh, I'm clicking fast enough. Here we go. We have 160 MR. Never mind, I am very wrong, ladies and gentlemen. That is enough MR to justify, to justify. Sorry, I'm correct myself again. To justify not getting a Madred's Blood Razor. Jazzhead is caught out of position. He's going to take an Ash Arrow, and he's going to be initiated upon Kassadin. Will chase him to that wall over red, and going to be picked off by ProllyFeeders. Lots of damage coming down, and this is just a really bad team fight that I would not want to fight in. And it's just going to be like it looks like it's going to be just a huge mop up for Team ProllyFeeders. Yeah, I don't even think Alistair or Nunu can get away from this. Yeah, Alistair's also going to go down. Wow, this is just a bad position, and it looks like Team OMG Ponies is just really sacrificing their early game for just, you know, a ward here, a ward there. That would just be so big. You know, even Echo picking up an Oracles would have really turned this game around too. Just denying them intelligence as they're denying you with their Oracles with Malphite. Malphite with Oracles. Dyslexia. Isn't that great? Shaco with Oracles, rather. Anyways, 40 minutes into the game. The score is 8-11. It is in favor of ProllyFeeders now, as the tower game has shifted in favor of ProllyFeeders. They're now one tower up. So there is a bit of a comeback here. Just, I don't know, maybe not capitalizing on the early game advantage they were given. They are not holding Dragon. They do not have any vision of it at all, so they won't know. They're more worried about Baron. And it just doesn't look like it's going to do it. I don't know, there's just not enough vision around this map. They are pinging Baron. They want to get rid of that ward, it looks like. Sunfire Cape is going to initiate that Baron, which Echo does not want to fight against. That's a lot of damage to take. Possibility of a team fight initiating here. Bad CV. I'd actually put it more over here to see if they were in this bush over here. Kassadin is coming in. Rape bush being set up. And they call these rape bushes because if you walk in this bush, you're dead. You are dead. Really, really dead. Shaco is going to come in and take out that ward. Once again, just, you know, I really wish I would see an Oracles maybe from Nunu or Karma even. She isn't really dying this late in the game. Both teams are kind of in a stalemate here. Neither want to initiate. Prolly Races does have red buff though, so that's going to be really determinant of this next fight. Madred's Blood Razor and Black Cleaver. That's really an interesting build. I'm not sure how I feel about that. And Sheen too. My one question would be, does Q proc Sheen? And to my knowledge, it wouldn't. It's going to be a lot of damage down Shaco is going to come in and try and focus him down. And I'm not entirely sure why they're trying to focus down Echo. If I were him, I would just turn around all. It looks like all the CC is been spent, and I am sorry if that was really laggy there, because it was even laggy for me. Is going to pop the ultimate on Ash. I would have not done that. It's going to attempt and kill him. I don't think it's going to happen though. There is just way too many people there, and yeah, that's just a really kitey team, and you're not going to be able to do much with it. Echo Sangan doing a great flash, just barely pulling out of there. That looked very intentional too.
Looked like he knew exactly what he was doing. He's going to bait him right into here and just flash up and walk away. Very, very, very smart flash. Once again, there is just a 2-for-none exchange here, making the score 8-13. So once again, not a really high kill game. Only 21 kills in about 44 minutes. So, you know, we're averaging less than half a kill a minute. 2 minutes. Yeah, 2 minutes. Wait, half a kill a minute, rather. So, you know, both teams are very... they're trying very hard to stay in this game and win it. You know, well, they're just trying really hard to, you know, win this. Negatron Cloak coming down on Karma. I'm not entirely sure what they'll be built into. Looks like there's been a lull in Malzahar's farm. He did pick up a Rylai's, but I haven't really seen him pick up anything after that. You know, that's kind of interesting to see. He does have almost... He is coming up to about 300 minion kills, too, which is just way above everyone in this game. So there is some really great farm on him. It's really good to see. That is probably the replay bugging there. That health you see? Yeah, look at Zero is being initiated upon. Oh, I would probably just turn around and fight. You probably have to. There is no way you're going to be able to... yeah, the team is just not out of position. Once again, you really just need... Zero's going to fight bravely to the death. Once again, there just needs to be more information. It looks like Team ProllyFeeders is just on top of things when it comes to knowing what is going on in this game. And you know, I kind of don't blame Team OMG Ponies for perhaps losing out on the warding war. You know, ooh, that had the potential to be a really great ult. However, it was silenced almost immediately from Acidin. Anyways, getting back to what I was saying about the warding war. Ooh, Zillion ulting himself at the very last second. Does save himself. And Ash is doing a lot of damage. Very sustainable. A lot of sustained damage. Which is interesting to see for this build. And it did look like the Q prompt machine, which is just so weird. Huh. That's a lot of damage. Oh! Beautiful flash! Beautiful flash! Oh, wow. My hands are shaking! My hands are shaking! Oh, wow. And this might be even the turnaround, but a good teleport on that ward. So there you go. There's that ward. Actually, no, it's a Jack in the Box in the bush. Those Jack in the Boxes also give some relative. Well, not relative. They also give some decent sight radius, so you can really see what's going on with even Jack in the Boxes. So that, you know, if this team keeps warding like they are and letting top push in as they are. But if they keep warding as they are and keep placing Jack in the Boxes as they are, they have this game in the bag. It's 9-17, almost a 2-1 lead, as we saw in favor of Team OMG Ponies earlier. Although, you know, the game's still not over. To my knowledge, there's still about another 13 or 20 minutes to it, so we have the pleasure to listen to me talk for another 20 minutes. Who doesn't want to listen to me talk, right? Clint Leewood, I'm awesome. Or something. Checking red, not there. It's a disappointment. Alistair double buff, yeah. Auto attack Alistair. And look at this. Ash is just so on top of things. ProllyFeeders is just so on top of things when it comes to map information. There's just not enough damage between these guys too, it seems like. You know, Warden's Mail on Xin going into Randuin's. I'm not entirely sure how I feel about that too. With a team like this, I honestly feel that he could have built more tanky. Well, he's tanky, but I would have gone probably Frozen Mallet, Madred's Blade Razor, and called it good. Maybe even a Starks, and then built Banshee's Veil. And you know, that's a really solid and
high DPS build. But I haven't played Zen in a while. I don't know how he really fits in the current meta, so I might be passing a little bit of judgment here. I'm not picking on anyone here. These guys are my friends, and we all pick on each other. But I don't know. I would like to see a little bit more damage here. You can even go Atlas on that afterwards and justify our Randuins, Banshees and Banshee's Veil, and an Atlas Impaler can definitely justify Randuins. It's a lot of resistance there. Zillion is going to be pushing this lane really hard, and Mid is down to low health. You do not want that inhibitor naked. And this is just a bad position. I would not let Karma be in front. Yeah, Zero is going to walk in first, and you're going to find a Zillion. Say hello to him. That tower is going to go down, though. And they're just going to be kited so hard here. And it looks like a little bit of miscommunication here, trying to figure out who they want to target. They're not entirely sure. It seems like Zero is going to go down due to just the sheer amount of damage. Or he isn't. Daisy is going to pick up a kill on Zillion, and going to try and go for another kill, perhaps. Ooh, good kill on Ash. This might be what Team OMG Ponies needs to turn it around. However, moving target is going to turn around and secure a kill on Daisy. Oh, but that fear is going to... can they get the kill on Malphite? Can they get the kill on Malphite? Yeah, they're going to turn around and just cut him off from both ends. And that's a great play. That was a 3-to-1 exchange there. Cassidon and Shaco are still up. This might be your Baroning time, folks, if you have it at all. But, however, an inhibitor is down there, so that is very huge. That Shaco did a lot of backdooring. Well, not exactly backdooring. There were creeps there, so that was pushing. But, did a lot of damage to those buildings, and then he's even going to be found by Karma here. And this Karma cannot do anything about that. It's probably going to take a lot of damage from him. Look at that. Look at that. Woods End going to town on Karma's Manifold. So let's look at the build for this Shaco. I'm bad at clicking. Bad at clicking. There we go. Yumus, Wriggles, Wits End. Ooh, going to be found by Echo here. He's going to probably flash over the wall, though. Yeah. There we go. Negatron, Cloak, and Guardian Angel. Lots of resistances, lots of tank. That's a real backdoor build, though. That's a lot of attack damage. And that Yumu is the active does increase your damage to towers. Believe it or not, that armor pen, that active armor pen, does really show. If you want a good example of it, just try a backdoor Pantheon build without Yumus, and then try one with it. And you can really notice the difference on your DPS and overall straight damage to towers. Shaco is going to pick up Dragon. So this team, once again, Team OMG Ponies is just falling really behind. They need wards. They need wards in here. They need wards over here. They need wards over here. As I said earlier, they need a ward really right here and right in this corner at Dragon. Maybe at their red. Maybe one over here, and then maybe one at Baron, and then really CV fills in the rest. Just start working in ward placements like that. And of course, the Shaco is giving them hell because of that Oracles. However, you could do someone like Karma, once again, who hasn't died, probably since like the 15-minute mark, and just, I don't know, have her pick up Oracles. She does have enough money for it. She did pick up Aegis when she didn't need to, because there is double Aegis on the field. I'm sorry, I just pronounced it differently twice. There is double Aegis on the field. Alistair does have it, so does Karma, so I don't... Looks like a little bit of miscommunication here. It just looks like Team OMG Ponies is falling apart a little bit. They had a really strong early game, and they started out very, very good, but they're just not keeping it together, I guess. 12-18 in favor of ProllyFeeders. Inhibitor is down, while all inhibitors are up for Team ProllyFeeders. Baron is being started. I do not know exactly how much damage is on it. Shadow Splone is going to go down now. It is really low. Echo is going to try and stop it. Oh, does do a great smite steal on Baron, and this might be what they need to turn this game around, folks. Wow, lots of damage coming down on Ash. Ash does go down, so does Xin Zhao, so does Cassidon. Great team fight here. Ash did get ulted by Zillion last minute. Is going to go down too. Karma is still up. This is such an insane team fight. There is so much going on. Chasing a Zillion. Shaco is going to get away though. Oh. Jazzhead is going to pick up the kill on Zillion and probably even kill this Shaco. However, he does have GA. He does ult. What's going to happen? Stun him! Stun him! Get him! Oh, and the Jack in the Box saves the day. That's disappointing. A near ace there. 4-2 exchange. Looks like OMG Ponies is getting a little bit better about their team fights. They know what they're doing. Brutalizer coming down, so you're going to see a Yuma's Ghost Blade pick up on Zinjao, which is always another good solid item. Kindle Gem, probably going to go into a Reverie. Oh, and they lose the tower. They lost the tower. That's not something you want to see. They even lost this inhib too. Team OMG Ponies is just falling apart. 55 minutes into the game. In favor of ProllyFeeders by a long shot. 2 inhibs down. Oh, actually no, not 2 inhibs down. All inhibitor towers are down. It's even a little damage coming down on the Nexus tower. I think those regenerate though. Yeah. Let's look at Ash's items. Those are interesting. She's going for an attack speed stack build. Madred's Blood Eraser, Black Cleaver, Zeal, Sheen Catalyst. Really late Banshee's Veil. I don't understand how she's keeping me alive. Might be because of Zillion actually, because he's just so good at keeping your carry alive, especially if he's a good Zillion and he's really smart about keeping his ult fingers ready. He does have a lot of AP too. All he really needs is a Rabadon. Rabadon just needs really set AP wise, which is exactly what he has. Lasagna's Hourglass probably gonna come down on Cassidon. Likewise, you do see Rabadon's there, a Void Staff. Solid pickups. And Malphite with a lot of MR. Wow. Let's actually look at how much MR he has. He has 218 MR. Good luck hurting him. That was interesting. That word was not seen as people. That's a little bit buggy. It's interesting to see how this game is turning out, and I want to know how it's going to end. Probably still have another 10 or so minutes on this game. So, stay tuned, ladies and gentlemen. We have an exciting conclusion here. Hopefully in favor of my team. Yeah, my team. Anyways, that being Team OMG Ponies. No, I'm just kidding. I enjoy both of these teams. I think they're both playing incredibly well. A little bit of joking around, it seems, from both teams. It's probably a sign that it's been a long game and they're both incredibly tired from playing it. Needlessly large rod being picked up on Karma. Probably going to go into a Rabadon's. Actually, more likely, it's probably going to go into Zanya's Hourglass to keep her alive in team fights and avoid a little extra damage from Shaco. And somewhat of Ash. Zillion double potting. Yeah, no, right now it's kind of a lull of everything. You're just gonna have to hope that there's gonna be a huge team fight here soon. A huge team fight here soon to end up the game. But looks like both teams are actually just waiting for the other team to make a move. Probably ProllyFeeders is just waiting for Baron to come up before pushing it again. Because in a situation like this, Baron getting Baron and then pushing it is generally GG. Unless if you do a fantastic defense and you just ace them all in like 0.2 seconds. Little comedic relief from both teams. An inhibitor, I'll steal it, and on one will never know. Moving target points this out, and Echo saying in response was, "No one, shush." We are now reaching the 60-minute mark, folks. How does that make you feel? You've been watching this video for 60 minutes! 60 minutes! And I am out of things to say. There's only so much you can say about this game before, you just feel totally exhausted, or just exhausted of things to say. Did I mention I think Karma is totally underrated? She should be a good pickup for any team, really. She's like Janna, except a little more based on the team comp. Even still Janna is. I think she's exactly like Janna, but both those champions can be based on the team comp. This is very bad. Shaco is going to be split pushing. All three lanes are pushed, and there's just nothing you can do about this. And one of these inhibitors are guaranteed to go down. And it looks like a little bit of an initiation from Zero over here. Shaco is going to come in and try and focus Karma. However, there's a lot of action coming down. A lot of damage going down on Prolly Racist. He is ulted. Jazz Head is going to go down. Combined damage from Kasten and Shaco. Lots of damage is going to come down on Ashe. Probably not enough, though. Lots of CC, too. Lots of knockups. Exup is going to pick up the kill on Ashe. However, it is not enough, as this is going to be probably a 3-to-1 exchange, even making it probably a 4-to-1 exchange. And this is looking like GG, as GGs are being called out from both teams. Oh, Echo does get away, just barely. They're making it still a 3-to-1 exchange. In any case, the Shaco is in a bad spot. He's going to be okay, though. Super minions all around. It's going to be soon flooded. The space will soon be flooded, and yeah, it's already flooded. This is GG. I hope you guys enjoyed this wonderful game I have brought to you today. Root for Team OMG Ponies, and I'll probably be uploading a couple more videos of this tournament if you guys are interested. They're not going to push in, actually. I don't know how I feel about that. That's a little bit, I don't know if that's bad-mannered or they're just actually worried that they can't end it in 15 seconds. Anyways, 62 minutes in. Nexus is the only thing remaining. I don't know how I feel about this. This is, this is in a bad position. Bad everything. Looks like really, honestly though, I really think the mid game is where ProllyFeeders really got it together. They started warding here, over here it looked like, around here, even over here, and it really just turned the game around. That the knowledge they had, the constant awareness they had of being able to gank Team OMG Ponies in their own jungle really just turned this game around in their favor. So many team fights were just caught or caused by people being out of position and being initiated upon because of that Ashe arrow. So it's something to know with this type of team comp. You want to have a lot of knowledge so you can really force team fights when you catch them with an Ashe arrow. You also do have a Shaco. You also do have a Kasten who can just walk into people and just do a ton of quick burst and then get out. Baron is being picked up, and always in situations like this, this is GG. You just can't come out of it when they have a Baron. It's just too much of a deficit. And yeah, Baron is picked up, although it's got a lot of damage on Cassim, so I'm not really sure. No, that's probably the replay back bugging out. Anyways, all 3 lanes are going to be pushed. The inhibitor, not the inhibitor, Nexus is being already hit by super minions, so OMG Ponies is going to have to let them into their base. There's probably not going to be much you can do about this. Asher are going real by everyone. Waiting for all the super minions to move in. Having to waste some CC and some damage on the super minions too. This is giving them a real advantage. Malphite is going to walk in and just say problem and hit the Nexus, and that is GG, folks. I hope you guys really enjoyed this game. I sure did. Yeah, and if you have any questions or comments about this replay, this tournament that I hosted, or would just like to leave some critique or, you know, some praise for the daily, please do so in the comments below. This is Clint Leewood signing out for the Daily Rift. Hope you guys enjoyed it.